What's up, everybody? It's Cascadean here, man. I tried getting set up through the YouTube live, and it just wasn't happening. It's not working out. It's not what the doctor ordered, you feel me? So, yeah, we're just gonna go from there. Let's see here. Yeah, guys, so we're here to talk about, just the state of DC at this point, the state of the DCU. You guys, yeah, I think you guys can hear me. Everything's good. Everything's on. Everything's good to go, man. Yeah. But yeah, gotta talk about it, guys. Gotta talk about it. Good amount to talk about. I don't know if I'll stay on it that long. Just wanted to get a few good thoughts in, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just get a few thoughts in. I truly believe, obviously, Supergirl's not the greatest movie of all time, but it is definitely not trash. I don't, but yet I'm a grifter. And I can keep it real, yet I'm a shill. I'm gonna keep it honest. It truly blows me away, bro. There's so much horrible movies, superhero movies in general, that are just despicable, awful. But I cannot sit here and say that Supergirl is unwatchable or unbearable. Yes, the script is not the greatest thing ever. Ana Nogueira, she's going to need to do some serious cleaning up in regards with that, if she even still has a job at this point, because, yeah, man, it's a lot going on. Well, we got 4 people coming on in, so what's up, guys? It's been a hot minute since I've went live. I know this is pretty late. It's a late live, but, better now than ever. I'm probably going to do this for like an hour or hour and a half probably, and just pack it in. But yeah, guys, just talking about, Supergirl, man, talking about Supergirl in general, and just the travesty that is going down at this point in regards with the Supergirl situation. Let's see here. All right. Get on in, guys. If anybody's hopping in, you're getting on in. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. But, man, if anything, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie yet. I don't know. I don't want to. I may spoil a few things. I may not, depending on how many of you guys in the chat have seen it, or how many have not. Definitely like to know thoughts, man. Did you honestly think that this movie was pure garbage, that is straight trash? It's funny, I'm a shill now. I'm a shill because I said I kind of liked the movie. I had a decent time with it. Some people could say it's a guilty pleasure. Some may say that they actually loved it. It's your opinion. It is what it is. But, stuff like this has happened before. You have, Shazam, Birds of Prey, you got Wonder Woman 1984, you have even the Justice League, you feel me? Oh, God. You have freaking The Flash. There's people that do like and love those movies. But I'm not. Oh, what's up, Red Brick 7773? He said, I saw the movie, was kind of depressing in my opinion. Yeah, and it's going to be that way. It's definitely going to be that way, bro. I'm telling you right now. Because if you think about it, that's the moral of the story. I expect it to be depressing. I expect it to be, because it could be depressing in that way of the setting, the tone of it, Mad Max, you know what I'm saying, dark, color grading, depicting how Millie Alcock's Supergirl is feeling, how her vibe is throughout the story. You know what I'm saying? It's straight grief, depression, and overcoming that. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, and probably depressing as well, because probably I don't know if you enjoyed the movie thoroughly, but it's just at this point, I just see, if you can see by the thumbnail, I'm just thinking, like, will history honestly repeat itself at this point? Do you see James Gunn getting fired after Clayface and after Man of Tomorrow is completed? Is he going to get the boot? Because it's like, in the thumbnail, you see I even put Zack Snyder. It's like, I don't know what it is. Is DC cursed? Is DC cursed, or is the fandom just trash? I don't, because at the end of the day, so what happens after all is said and done? So if James Gunn eventually gets fired, we're gonna have to go through a reboot again. We're gonna have to go through another reboot, bro. Are you freaking kidding me, sir? I'm not for it. I'm definitely not for it, bro. See another damn reboot, bro. You got me effed up, bro. All the way. All the way, dude. Because at this point, you got to think to yourself, would you go through that? Would you want to go through that again? If you ask yourself that honest question, would you honestly possibly go through another reboot? This is damn right embarrassing because it's like Marvel doesn't have this issue, for God's sakes. And even though Marvel and DC is, two in the same, but they're different in their own universes in general. It's just like, dude, is a monkey running the ship in DC? Because it's like, when are things gonna hit the right beats? When are we gonna actually hit the ground running and have a successful, pathway to something? Because something's got to give. At this point, it's like, even if Clayface, which I'm still looking forward to Clayface, I don't give a freak, because that's just a very interesting. It's cool that they are delving into different characters that have not gotten any type of exposure. Even though, yes, people are bitching and complaining about where's Wonder Woman, where's Batman. I'm like, well, you have Batman with Robert Pattinson, but not the DCU Batman. But my thing is just like, I get it, because it's like, we don't want to keep getting. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying, Red Brick. That would suck. You want another reboot, sir? We're going to do another reboot, bro. It's like, at this point, DC fans, we're not eating, bro. We're suffering. I've said this plenty of times. I love superhero content. I love superhero movies and everything like that. And I love Marvel as well. But if you put a gun to my head, dude, and ask me what's your favorite, it's going to be DC. I love Marvel, but this is a DC family up in here. I was raised mainly through DC while watching Marvel. But I love DC 10 times over Marvel. And the suffering that DC fans have to go through, it is ridiculous, bro. As much as you may hate James Gunn, as much as you may love James Gunn, as much as you may hate Zack Snyder, as much as you may love Zack Snyder, are you down for a reboot again? It's like, dude, something has to give. Because they're saying that Supergirl's box office is, it could be the worst in DC history. It could be the worst loss. It's eyeing a $200 million loss for Warner Brothers, bro. I don't care, even though James Gunn did not direct this film. You hear me? Him still being the CEO, co-CEO with Peter Safran, and to have a $200 million loss, that's detrimental. And now that we have this Paramount situation, it's like, are they, or will they, or won't they? Is DC, like, is this fully solidified that DC is going to be going with Paramount at this point? Because if you ask me, the Ellison family, the front guys for Paramount, once they acquire DC Studios, it's gonna have to be a changing of the guard, or they're just going to get rid of Peter Safran and James Gunn and reboot and start everything all over again. So at the end of the day, the thing with me is, it blows me away. Even being a DC fan, it blows me away that, let's wind it back in 2013, man. I went to the movie theater with my sister to go see Man of Steel. Had an epic time. I love that film. Yes, it's a bold take. Yes, Superman kills Zod, totally out of character, whatever. They're doing different takes and different journeys for these beloved DC characters. I understand that. So we're 2013 watching Man of Steel. I love Man of Steel. As you can see, I got the Man of Steel S tattooed on my arm. Henry Cavill is just amazing. Everything. It was just such a visual feast. And then watching Man of Steel and seeing the backlash that I got for Superman killing Zod, and then, Jonathan Kent's moral compass telling, Henry Cavill Superman, well, probably should let those kids die. He told me probably shouldn't have saved those kids. Even though that's a whack ass Jonathan Kent, I'm like, dude, you're telling Superman your son. It's not cohesive with the comics. But it was the vision. It was Zack's vision. Yada yada. I still love this movie. I love Man of Steel to this day. And then you have Batman versus Superman. You feel me? And then Batman versus Superman is more of like a guilty pleasure to me. That even that script was hot trash. The script wasn't good at all. Same thing with Supergirl. Visual, cool stuff, nice characters, good fun, decent visuals at times, sometimes jarring visuals. Not the script is choppy at best. It's not a good script whatsoever. It's passable with the whole product, but it's still, it's not going to have it solidified as a standout DCU project. But again, comparing that with Batman versus Superman, it's still a guilty pleasure. People love Batman versus Superman, but the script is garbage. The script is not good. Just like how, again, I said I liked Supergirl. It wasn't a bad film. Some people love Supergirl. The script is not good whatsoever. My thing is, it could be seen as a guilty pleasure, but to basically, just sit in front of a camera, say Millie Alcock's ugly, say that, the script is garbage. It's like, come on, guys. What are we doing here? What are we doing? There's so many superhero movies that are utter trash, that are embarrassing, that are terrible, and people still love them. It's all about your standards. It's all about you having your own opinion. It's not about being swayed and controlled by, by what Nerdrotic thinks, by what Critical Drinker thinks, by what Tyrone Magnus thinks, by what Jeremy Johns thinks, by what John Campea thinks. All these, those big wig name movie critics of YouTube. It's good to align and get information from those movie critic YouTubers, but at the end of the day, it's always good to be your own critic at the end of the day and get our opinions, because at the end of the day, it's our opinions. You guys do not have to take it as Bible. And if I'd say that, okay, the movie is it's not Dark Knight, friend. It's not going to be the Dark Knight here, but I still had a good time. Moral of the story is, are you going in a movie with a movie critic mind, or are you going in a theater with a moviegoer brain and a mindset to just go in a theater and have fun and watch a film? Even though, again, I know that this is probably not the most favorable thing that James Gunn, Peter Safran, and the team of Warner Brothers DC to do to make Supergirl be the number 2 film in this new DC universe. If the script wasn't going to be epic top tier, if it was going to be a script and a story like that, best thing should have been to do is to move Supergirl a couple blocks down to establish prominent epic storytelling and big bangers. You need dude. It's like, I always said, even with watching Superman 2025, first impressions matter. It's all about first impression. You need to give the greatest films, and DC does not have that luxury that Marvel has. I totally agree with seeing some of the stuff I've seen online. Oh, jeez. Red Brick said, how fast do you think Supergirl will be on Max? Bro, honestly, dude, the way things are going, bro, we got a month and a half tops to 2 months. If the box office is really going this bad, I can see Supergirl going to streaming freaking next month, bro. Next month, 2-3 weeks. If they're saying that it's on track to lose 200 million for Warner Brothers, dude, I'll tell you that. You're talking 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks is going straight to Max. If it's really bombing that bad. And again, I mind you, when I went, I had no expectations for this movie. My expectations were below the tectonic plates of planet Earth, okay? Like I said in the review, I had not a single speck of expectations. So I went in expecting the worst thing ever on screen, but I came out saying, that wasn't that bad, bro. Before Spider-Man. Yeah, bro, they might as well send it to Max, bro, before Spider-Man comes out, because there's no way in hell Supergirl's gonna scrape up money. There's no way once Spider-Man comes out, it's a wrap for Supergirl. They need to just send Supergirl to Max and get what they can, bro. Because at this point, yeah, I would say let Supergirl be in the theater for 2 to 3 weeks at tops, and then send it straight to Max, dude. Because this is I don't know what to say, Red Brick. It's not looking so great. And again, I mind you, I will defend this movie till Kingdom Come, bro, and say that this movie is not straight hot garbage. It's not an abomination. It's a decent fun time, a forgettable villain, one dimensional, but the sadistic things that he did as a villain, I was like, damn, this guy he's a sick bastard. And then you have Lobo in there, Jason Momoa. People are claiming now that Jason Momoa was just playing Jason Momoa as Lobo. And again, it's funny, right? Because they're saying that, oh, Jason Momoa was just playing Jason Momoa in the movie. Yeah, no crap, Sherlock, because Lobo and Jason Momoa are one and the same. But I think in my eyes, when I enjoyed the scenes that he was in, he was hilarious, and he had the swag of Lobo, the animated series Lobo, even some sorts of Lobo in the comics. Lobo is just such a random dude. He's random. He'll even let himself get locked up. He's just drifting around, knowing that he's super powerful and he can do whatever the hell he wants. But that's just how Lobo is, just such a random, chaotic dude, and he's just so weird. So that's just how it settles when it comes to Lobo and Jason Momoa playing the character. I think he did a very decent job. And I think Millie Alcock did a great job as Supergirl, displaying the emotion. At least we got to see Krypton, hear more of the Kryptonian language. That was cool to see. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man, at this point, dude, oh gosh. It would be cool to see the Kingdom Come story, arc be, revealed through live action. The only thing, bro, at this point, Red Brick, I do not want to see the Kingdom Come S anymore at this point. That's where I stand with that as well. Move this here. That's where I definitely stand in regards to when it comes to not wanting to see anything related to Kingdom Come. I need James Gunn, Peter Safran. You guys got to make the Kingdom Come S the original S. I'm not a fan of the Kingdom Come S, bro. I'm just not. It was cool with Superman. It's fine here with Supergirl. And I know obviously we see the leaked pictures and stuff. We're gonna see the Kingdom Come S in Man of Tomorrow, but I'm telling James, I'm telling you right now, you need to bring back the original S, bro. You need to bring back the S that the whole world knows, not this Kingdom Come crap. Like, you got to get rid of the Kingdom Come S. We need you to substantialize the well-known globally, worldwide, from decades of knowing it to be the S, bro. So yeah, I need DC. You guys got to bring it back to the original S. I'm telling you right now. But yeah, man, I don't know, dude. It blows me away. It's like we're going back to the regular schedule, regular schedule programming for DC fans and just the DC movies in general. So let's say this, you know what I'm saying? We got Man of Steel, you know what I'm saying? We got Batman vs. Superman, Suicide Squad, Aquaman, all these movies, bro. Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I love Zack Snyder's Justice League. And now we get a reboot. Here comes the reboot. James Gunn coming in, Superman 2025. I thought Superman 2025 was a decent time. You know what I'm saying? It was all right. I didn't love it, but I don't hate the movie. And then you get Supergirl here. I thought the movie was going to be hot garbage because I was hearing so much negativity. I watched Supergirl, and again, it was all right. It was a decent time for me because, again, in my mind, I already expected it to be the worst thing ever. And then when I sat down and watched it, I kind of enjoyed myself. I kind of had a little bit of fun. But people call you a shill. So you're a shill if you don't. If you're a shill if you like the Supergirl movie. You're a shill if you like. I never claimed to love the movie. I said I liked the movie. I had a fun time, and I'm a shill. When in my old videos, I literally said I didn't care for a James Gunn Superman movie. So I'm like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You feel me? Which is a bunch of Zack Snyder cocksuckers. I'm like, all right, bro. And again, as much as I love Zack Snyder's DC projects. I know in my heart that if the Snyderverse came back, great. If the Snyderverse doesn't come back, all right, cool. We still got to move on with James Gunn's universe. Now that is looking like it's in jeopardy. So we got Superman 2025. We get Supergirl. Clayface coming up next. Then Man of Tomorrow. And then what if those are still flops? What if those are still underperforming? They go with David Ellison to Paramount. And then the Ellison family at Paramount says, you know what, guys, it's not working out. The fans aren't feeling it. The story's just you're not captivating the audience. Your movies are not substantial enough for financial gain for this company. We're gonna send you guys packing, and now we have a third reboot yet again, bro. We have a third reboot, bro. It's like what, why? DC fans, we ain't eating, son. We ain't eating. You better be out. Angar says, yeah, what's up, Cass, man? What's up, Angar, dude? Just talking and chilling, bro. I'm surprised anybody's even in here because I know it's about to be 10 o'clock and it's on a Sunday. I just randomly came on live I'm going to be doing a spoiler review for Supergirl very soon. You know, yeah, man. Angar, what did you think? What did you think about the Supergirl movie? Have you seen it yet? Again, if you saw my review, you could see that I definitely had a decent time. I had a decent time. But it's like nowadays, the DC fandom is so sick and toxic. You're not even allowed to like a movie, bro. It's either you're worshiping Zack Snyder or you're shilling for James Gunn. When I like all of their projects, I don't mind it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Supergirl is fine. It's not as bad as people say it is, bro. It's really not. Anna Noguera, the writer, she's gonna need work. But mind people that this is her first time writing for a big blockbuster film, even though that's a risky gamble. And yes, James Gunn did speed it up due to him saying the script was amazing. And I'm like, James, as decent as this movie was, are you on crack to say that this script deserved to be fast tracked? I don't know, dude. I think James Gunn has too much on his plate. Either he stays an executive, either he just stays and runs the place, or he just becomes a sole director. I don't think he should be juggling both films at this point, bro. Dude, hey, listen, bro. And I love the Incredible Hulk, Angar. I love the Incredible. Saying people saying DCU is finished because of Super. Yeah, I see Supergirl as Incredible Hulk of DCU, and bro, I freaking love the Incredible Hulk. Abomination in there. I want a real fight, and then you just, bro, come on, dude. Again, you know how many movies there is that people hate, but other people love those films. That's just the movie world in general. That's how cinema goes. Bro, I love Batman Forever. Shoot me. I love that. That movie is terrible. It is. People will say the movie is straight garbage, but I love Jim Carrey as the Riddler, bro. Joygasm. Oh, and then the Tommy Lee Jones as Harvey Two-Face. Paid clueless, dude. Oh my gosh, bro. He's like, open sesame. Come on, bro. There's so many terrible superhero films that people love, and they're just guilty pleasures. But the problem is when it's not meeting box office, projection and return. As much as someone could love Supergirl and see Supergirl as a guilty pleasure, as much as I think that Supergirl was not that bad at all, the picture still remains that it could be a $200 million loss for WB, for Warner Brothers. And that's not good, bro. That is not good. That's one of the biggest flops that's one of the biggest flops for a superhero movie in history if they lose 200 million. And again, that's going to be, can you imagine, this could be the biggest comeback in superhero cinematic history. Can you imagine that Supergirl is indeed a $200 million loss for Warner Brothers? But Clayface, can you imagine if Clayface is on the level of, Joker? Clayface, what if Clayface got 800 million, 600 million? Don't call me crazy, guys. I'm just speaking out my ass right now. But I'm saying, How legendary could this be? The crappiest start of any superhero cinematic universe when it came to Superman being decent but not hitting, 800 million. Supergirl losing 200 million plus if it doesn't make any more revenue in box office. You have Clayface come out and it's an amazing movie. What if Clayface is the one to do it? Clayface comes out, it makes 700, 800 million. Joker territory. Could get there. And then you have Man of Tomorrow. Bro, listen, at this point, James Gunn better. That's what I'm saying. A time of release in its genre. Clayface is said to be, what is it going to be? Rated R body horror. They said it's going to be very gruesome. So I could see that off rip. And then word of mouth, if Clayface is as good as I'm talking like Joker, then bro, we're hitting that 700-800 million, bracket. And even though my eyes are on Clayface, my eyes are extremely laser focused on Man of Tomorrow because I can only imagine how James Gunn is feeling right now. I can only imagine how James Gunn is. James, you better stay off of social media, bro. Because you guys know James Gunn loves to run his mouth on social media. And I know James Gunn is looking at Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. James Gunn is looking at X, he's looking at Instagram, he's looking all over the place, and he's looking at Variety and all these tabloids, and he is seeing that Supergirl is getting creamed. He knows that Supergirl is getting creamed, and I can only imagine how pissed off he is, bro. Bro. Bruh, you really think so, Angar? Honestly, so you think if they don't call it Superman Man of Tomorrow, that you think it'll actually boost up sales just because the Superman name's in it? Because if you think about it, bro, there is already a Superman Man of Tomorrow. It's the animated movie with Superman, Lobo, Parasite. That's already that name has already been taken. Is yeah. I kind of agree to a certain bro. They need to own it. They need to own it, man, and own that. Just call it Superman. He could call it because I know it's gonna be eccentric. This movie is the Man of Tomorrow is looking like it's gonna mainly be eccentric Lex Luthor film. I wouldn't mind if they change the name to Superman and Lex, or Superman and Luthor, Men of Tomorrow, Superman and Lex, Men of Tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That's a good ring to it. Superman and Lex, the Men of Tomorrow. So, my thing is with Man of Tomorrow, I want to know how they're going to tackle Brainiac. This is historical in itself. It's going to be the first time we see Brainiac on the big screen. You hear me? I'm saying, bro, listen, the CGI and the visuals have to be on point. The actor, he's got to knock it out the park. I'm talking, I need the actor who plays Brainiac to give me a Heath Ledger type of a Bane, Tom Hardy Bane. I need this guy that they hired as Brainiac to blow me the freak away. He needs to blow everybody away. He needs to be cold, calculating, just no emotion. Bro. Oh, you said you want him to be like High Evolutionary, but more cunning, more charming. And dude, people sleep on the High Evolutionary in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I think he was an exceptional villain. Yeah, dude. Yo, no, the guy who's gonna play Brainiac, he's gonna need to be High Evolutionary and turn that up to 10. You know what I'm saying? But more cold, more calculating. I'm gonna love to see his power sets. If his power sets is gonna be within the mothership, how are they gonna entail his abilities? And then you have Lex with his war suit. I can give James Gunn this. He is truly pushing the limit of the comic booky vibe and really putting it on screen. I give him that. My thing with Superman 2025 is I hope the fate of Ultraman, because that bothered me so much. And I'm tired of seeing the 2-in-1 special with DC. It's like it's their main their main course, their main appetite. is doing the 2-in-1 villain special. Yeah, I've seen the set photos of Man of Tomorrow, Angar. They look pretty decent. I see they tweaked David's suit a little bit. I still wish he just got a new, different, awesome, epic suit instead of them just tweaking the original. They made his suit a little bit more tighter. The collar is still there, but the collar looks a tad different. And then you can see David has longer hair and his curl is more prevalent. But back to at the matter at hand, I the Ultraman situation in Superman 2025, you could basically say that they gave us the name Ultraman, but the physical prowess of Bizarro. It's like they combined Ultraman and Bizarro into one in regards to Superman 2025, and I just hate that, dude. And then you see Ultraman go in the black hole. So I'm like, so now that Ultraman went through that black hole in Superman 2025, will Ultraman be sent off to an alternate universe and become Ultraman there, or is he going to go through that black hole and be affected psychologically, go insane, deform, and his body will be deformed, and he'll come back as Bizarro? You have two fates when it comes to Ultraman from Superman 2025. That's what I see happening, because I do not think that'll be the last of what we'll see of Ultraman, since he went through the black hole in Superman 2025. He's not dead. And BVS did the same thing. They turned Zod's dead body into Doomsday. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna need DC to stop with the 2-in-1 special. I'm done with the 2-in-1 villain special with DC. That you have Bizarro, they combined Bizarro and Ultraman, and then they combined Zod and Doomsday and BVS. Stop doing the 2-in-1 special. Just bring these characters individually as they are set in the comics, because you are wasting money. You are wasting valuable resources. But I'm hoping that there's still an Ultraman out there in this universe. That's if this universe even lasts long enough to display that idea. And he says James Gunn gave a nod at the Bizarro theory. Yeah, man, and then someone asked him the exact same question. It's crazy, because it's like, here's the thing when it comes to the Snyder cult. And again, I love Man of Steel. BVS is a guilty pleasure to me. These Snyder cultists are so upset, and I get it. I love Henry Cavill. He's such a gentleman. He looks so great as Superman. The studio and the industries did Henry so dirty, and for them to finally give us the Snyder cut, and then just stop it there, and they have people's appetite just whetting for another sequel that they know will never come. At this point, I think I would have rather them not. If they were not going to complete the story, I wish that we would have never got the Snyder cut for Zack's. We should have never got the Snyder cut if they weren't going to continue the story. Because it's like, now you just really enrage the fuel of the Snyder cult, and they will stop at nothing. Even though, again, I'm not that high on what James Gunn has given me, but it's still decent. It's still decent for now. But my thing is, the Snyder cult they're not going to stop until this new universe is destroyed. And they think in their right mind that they'll bring Zack Snyder back. When again, I'm not going to say it won't happen. I won't say it will happen. But the thing is like, I really do feel like Clayface and Man of Tomorrow are going to be Clayface and Man of Tomorrow are going to be two of the most important superhero movies in modern history, bro, for DC. Because now, bro, they better go back to the drawing board now ever since the Supergirl fiasco. Because they got to think to themselves, Clayface has to hit. These two films, Clayface and Man of Tomorrow, have to make $700 million or more, bro. They gotta recuperate that money. They gotta gain that hype back up. Clayface and Man of Tomorrow, dude, have the world of DCU on their shoulders at this point. The world of the DCU was on the shoulders of Clayface and Man of Tomorrow, dude. If those films underperform or flop, just tell James Gunn to just pack it up, go home, and find a new home. I don't know if Marvel will take him back, But bro, again, Clayface and Man of Tomorrow have to be beyond exceptional. They have to be amazing to epic and glorious. Those scripts better be ironclad. Those ironclad scripts better be written in. And Hunter Iggy, I see you, man. What's up, bro? How you doing, dude? Yeah, man. I don't know, bro. I do not know. There's gonna be a lot to be done. A lot of damage control that's gonna need to be done, man, because I really hope that's not the case, because yet again, like I said in my review, I had a very fun time with Supergirl. I truly do not I'm truly not going to tell you that the movie is garbage, cuz it's not garbage. It's just mediocre to meh. And on a good day, it's a fun time and it's decent. But I can't sit here and say that Supergirl is straight garbage, which it's not. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Hunter Iggy, I heard about that. They're saying that there's rumors going around the internet that James Gunn and Matt Reeves already cast a DCU Batman. So yeah, and even John Campea was saying that he's saying his sources are saying that the new DCU Batman could be has been casted or is under wraps in casting on who it is. Let me see here. Because everybody's saying, bro, they want, the DCU Batman to be a Brandon Sklenar or Alan Richardson, or, I forgot the other actors' names, and he says Lantern seems pretty disappointing, to be honest. I mean, it should be full blown cosmic. Listen, Angar, listen, man, I'll tell you this right now, bro. When it comes to the Lantern series, I don't. Yeah, Iggy, you got to bring some type of hype to combat the failure of Supergirl. They have to bring dude, screw it, Iggy. He says, James Gunn should introduce him at San Diego Comic-Con. At this point, he better introduce here's what needs to happen. I'm going to need, if it's not filmed already, I'm saying this right now, I'm going to need Batman to show up at the end of Clayface. I don't want him to be anything a part of the middle or the beginning of the Clayface movie. I'm going to need Batman to show up at the end of Clayface and then hit credits. That's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it. You're going to throw a Hail Mary, freaking do it, bro. Just do it. If anything, I think they should, if they don't reveal the casting of the DCU Batman at San Diego Comic-Con, then they need to reveal Batman at the end of Clayface, bro. Can you imagine if he just flies out of nowhere, flies down, and he's like, "You're coming with me, Clayface," or "You coming," just something, and then you see him with we need Batman with the white eyes. I'm tired of the regular. We need white-eyed Batman. We need him to look like a menace, a force to be reckoned with. And I'm sorry, dude. Y'all better come with it. Batman's suit better be fire, bro. I don't care what David Cornsweet is such a awesome, stature of Superman. But I will keep saying this until the end of me, bro. His Superman suit to me is straight garbage, dude. I really wish they gave David a new suit, bro. And I hope David has a new suit in general for Man of Tomorrow. I just can't get with his baggy suit. I can't get with his baggy suit, and I cannot get with the King of Come S. I need the classic Superman S in a better suit for David. And I need the DCU Batman to come with a hard ass suit, bro. That suit better be fire, dude. Angar says DCU really concentrate on their main Justice League members. Exactly, Angar. And he says there are 2 days of filming at Clayface movie, June 30th and July. Is there 2 days of filming left for Clayface? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, Angar, that's how I feel about it, bro. Because I think, and again, people keep saying, "Oh, we don't want to keep getting the Trinity over and over again." No one's, dude, forget the Trinity here, okay? This is my thing. I wouldn't mind. That's why I said Supergirl. Honest to God truth, Supergirl shouldn't have been the second film in the DC universe, in the DCU. They could have gave that dude. Where's the Martian Manhunter movies? Okay? Where's the they could do a movie for like Hawk Girl. It could have been a movie about Hawkman and Hawk Girl. A movie, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there will definitely there will definitely more than likely be reshoots and extra shooting for Clayface and Man of Tomorrow. Because boy, now that they're saying that they're going to lose 200 million because of Supergirl, they better take everything back to the drawing board. They better take everything back to the drawing. They need to put Batman and Clayface, and they need to make sure Man of Tomorrow has a script that is gonna blow our brains out of our ass, because it's time. Damage control is very apparent, and I don't care what nobody says. You could love James Gunn or hate James Gunn. The truth of the matter is, a big loss like that, 200 million for a company, you're asking to get kicked your ass out the door. So I'm gonna need James Gunn and the team doing Clayface to put on their big boy pants, and they need to make a Hail Mary, because it's Super Bowl time. They need to do a Hail Mary. I'm talking Hail Mary that's going to win the game for them, because it's Super Bowl time. It's Super Bowl weekend. Because they don't have room to mess up anymore at this point. They don't have room to mess up. They don't. It's totally apparent. That is so. That's it's no denying that. And it's like, I really, honestly, for me, this is how I feel about it. Because instead, if I was James Gunn, man, I would have done a Martian Manhunter movie. You want epic, cosmic, something different, entirely different? Give me a Martian Manhunter movie, bro. I wish we could have got that. So I'll be honest, man. I'll be honest. They have they have work cut out for them, for sure, dude. Definitely work cut out for them. So in regards to all that, man, I don't know what to say at this point in regards to the state of the DCU. Dude, Iggy, people that are still bashing and attacking Millie Alcock, you're utterly pathetic. At the end of the day, Millie Alcock, someone should pull her ass to the side. I'm gonna say, Millie, you gotta chill with what you're saying. There needs to be PR contracts with these actors and actresses. Because you got to think about it. When actors talk about politics, sexuality, their sexuality, or the superhero's sexuality that they're playing, cut that crap out. Nobody cares about that. Talk about the movie, ignore the haters, and do what you got to do. Because people, no matter what, it was still verified that Millie Alcock did bring up, people criticizing her, and then saying that their bio showed this, that, and it showed Christian data for At this point, you shouldn't have said nothing about no Christian girl because there's billions of Christians on this planet. And you need every human being to see this movie. So, again, all your religious views, your political views, your personal views, your sexuality views, shut up and cut that off. You're an actor and you are a prominent actor for this prominent role that is in regards to the DCU that is trying to build the foundation. You're at the forefront, bro. You should not be talking like that. I don't care what anybody says or what she thinks. Sometimes as actors and actresses, you need to zip it. Especially if you know your universe is trying to it's still baby steps. But in regards to that, I'm still not okay with people calling Millie Alcock ugly and saying her Supergirl's trash. Here's the thing. I think Supergirl would be way more successful if they just did the regular traditional Supergirl. Drop dead gorgeous, nice rack, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking, Supergirl, you know what I'm saying? I guess Supergirl fit with the belly button showing. If they would have made Supergirl the traditional drop dead gorgeous, sexy, just bombshell, tight, sexy suit, fish out of water. She's lovable, adorable. She's speaking Kryptonian. She's fish out of water, doesn't know what's going on. Truth, justice, American way. That original, traditional display of Supergirl, then this movie probably would have done better. But the thing is, they based this Supergirl off the Woman of Tomorrow Tom King comic, and they based this Supergirl off of trauma, grief, you know what I'm saying, turmoil. Just so I don't know, man. I don't know. They gambled big, and it looks like they're about to lose big. 200 million. That is terrifying for any movie to lose, bro. Freak. And it says, if I was James Gunn, I would introduce Meg Donnelly as Power Girl. That's what I'm saying, bro. You better pull out Power Girl at this point. Well, if that's only if Millie Alcock is okay with playing a clone of herself and wearing that revealing Power Girl outfit with her tits out, belly button showing, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Because, hey man, I think that would have been a better premise, to be honest. But can you imagine if like Lex, if they wrote Lex to not only have a clone of Superman, but he had a clone of Supergirl as well, and and it was Power Girl, Galatea. But and then again, the Ultraman, the clone he created, he should have just been Bizarro, dude. I think we're still gonna wait and see what happens, because we'll only truly know Gunn's entire vision until we see Clayface and then until we see Man of Tomorrow. Then I hope a lot of things are connected better and a lot of things are fleshed out better, bro, because I don't know what to say in regards to this. She says James Gunn should reconsider about hiring Anna to write Wonder Woman. Supergirl had more writing problems. The script was a bit mess. Excuse me. And he said DCU needs better writers. Bro, I would be on my knees begging. See, here's the thing. No offense to James Gunn, but as soon as they were looking for a new co-CEO, I would have been looking for a Peter Jackson. I would have been looking for a Sam Raimi. I'd have been looking for Christopher Nolan. My last option would have been, James Gunn, because he's only really good with the niche, ragtag, comedic, unknown characters. But for me, I would have hired Sam Raimi, Peter Jackson, or got Christopher Nolan back. Because y'all can't keep playing like this. And then, yeah, Anna, she's not only supposed to be writing Wonder Woman, she's going to be writing for Teen Titans. One of my most beloved teams of all time. I freaking love Teen Titans, dude. And for Anna to be writing Wonder Woman and Teen Titans, dude, they're going to have to go to the drawing board for a lot of things. Either you get someone else to help her write they can write half and half or help them come together and write a script together, or you're just going to have to get rid of Anna period and just pick new writers for Wonder Woman and Teen Titans. And Angar, that's if the DCU is still around. Yeah, bro, they got the writer of Brave and the Bold was a part of the Birds of Prey, my guy. The writer for Brave and the Bold, I think she help write the Birds of Prey, dude. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is, dude. I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's why I said I don't know if DC is cursed. I don't know if some people believe James Gunn could be a spy from Marvel that was sent over to DC to ruin DC, to give Marvel a head start to let them shine. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. But guys, I'm about to hang it up in about 2 minutes here. Just wanted to do a quick live. I'm glad for all the, we got 7 people in the chat, man. Thank you so much for even being here and just hanging out. I know it's late, and I got to go to work tomorrow early, and I know a lot of you guys do. I just wanted to, just do this live real quick and just talk my piece. I will definitely be doing a spoiler, review, and just in a response video in general to anyone who likes Supergirl, even loves Supergirl. If you like Supergirl, fine, cool. If you love Supergirl, great, good for you. That's your standards, that's your opinion. You shouldn't have to deal with people attacking you, cursing you out, and wishing death upon you because you enjoyed a movie about a fictional superhero, a heroine, or a feminine superhero. Like, that's, dude, we're living in a very sick, disgusting world, and this is just the stuff you got to deal with. You should see my comment section for the Supergirl review. But again, like I told you guys, I'm not going anywhere. Hey man, at this point, I feel like The Rock. I feel like The Rock right now, bro. I have the skin of an alligator. Nothing bothers me online anymore. Someone called me the N-word in my live chat when I was going live on my way to the Supergirl fan screening premiere. I'm like, dude, you got to think about it. These people that worship, all these movie critics and these hate trains, these review bombers, they don't have a life, guys. These people are one day away from just ending everything. And this is how they get their pleasure. This is how they get their fill. So I truly ignore all the negative crap that I see in my comment section. And you guys should too. Do not be afraid to say that you liked a movie. Don't be afraid to say that you love a movie, because that's what movies are all about. They're in contrast with our identities and the mindset that we have at the moment of life at that time of watching a movie is what truly also makes a movie special. Every superhero movie does not need to be The Dark Knight. How about that one? Every superhero movie does not need to be The Dark Knight. I'm not saying I'm not giving it an excuse to be trash, but I'm saying to not have expectations so high that everything just sucks. You're comparing every DC movie to The Dark Knight or the Christopher Nolan trilogy. Or you're comparing every DC movie to the caliber action of Man of Steel, the visuals of Man of Steel. You're comparing it to the Trinity and all these things, man. But I will say this, dude, the DCU, James Gunn, Peter Safran, they have a lot of drawing board discussions to be had, because they definitely have to go back to the drawing board. Because seriously, if Supergirl is going to lose 200 million, it's time to hit that red button. That red button in the company door. It's that red emergency button. Everybody needs to get round up. It's time to run some drills, and it's time for everyone to retake their exams, because this cannot be happening. This can't be happening. Again, as much as I had a decent time with Supergirl, I do understand the situation at hand, and it's damn near an emergency. If Supergirl's about to lose the company $200 million, it's time, again, Everybody has to get checked. Everybody has to get checked, bro. Everybody has to be put on point. James Gunn and Peter Safran cannot afford to play games anymore. The only thing that they could do, and I don't care what nobody says, it's just the truth. Give the people what they want. Give the fans what they want. At this point, James Gunn, Peter Safran, just give the fans what they want. You want to go ahead and give them Batman. Go ahead and give them Wonder Woman. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and give them Martian Manhunter. You feel me? Go ahead. Even other lower tier but still high tier characters. Go ahead and give us Constantine. Give us Dr. Fate. Give us all the epic high end characters. You can no longer waste your time on low tier characters. Clayface has to be the last low tier character that gets a movie for right now. After Man of Tomorrow, we need Martian Manhunter, Wonder Woman, Batman. We need heavy hitters. The Teen Titans. You feel me? Just the Flash. We need the DCU Flash, bro. We can't do this now. Now that Supergirl might bomb this hard. There's no more excuses and there's no more time to waste. It's emergency time. Really it is. It really is. And I saw a video of James Gunn on the Supergirl world premiere. I saw him at the world premiere, and I'm not gonna lie, you can read people's body language and vibes if you really pay attention. James Gunn at that premiere, he looked really stressed out, and he just looked like he just had his temper looked short, even when he was doing an interview with Brandon Davis, which everybody says is a regular DCU show. Even having the interview with Brandon Davis, he just looked like he was not interested. He brought up the leaked photos of Man of Tomorrow, and he just was like just whatever, and he just walked away. Just very awkward behavior from James at the carpet, at the world premiere of Supergirl. So I don't know if the man's stressing. I don't know if he's panicking. But James, you better pick up your nuts, and you better ride this train, and you better do as many reshoots and rewrites as much as possible for Superman, Man of Tomorrow, whatever you want to call it. You better do some hard reconstruction on that script, because I know James Gunn finished that script early, and now that this Supergirl fiasco has happened, and he was the main one who okayed the script and said the script was so good he had to fast track it. And now people are gonna call you out on that, James. People will call you out on that, and we remember you saying these things. So now, James, I don't know what you gotta do, but you better do it fast, buddy. You better do it fast. All you have is Clayface and Man of Tomorrow now, and again, those two films better be damn near one of the greatest, if the greatest DC movies of all time, because that is what you have to shoot for due to the blunder called Supergirl. And again, I watched the movie. I went to the Supergirl fan screening, and I had a decent time. It was not a trash movie whatsoever, but it was not a good movie at all as well. It was in that between. It was that mediocre, decent, fun, bland, generic fun time. But right now, the DCU has no room to be giving movies like that. And I get it. I do get it. But for the people calling it horrendous and straight pure garbage, that's bull. It is not that bad. It is not Madam Web bad. It is not Craven the Hunter bad. It is not Birds of Prey bad. And even with those movies, the movies that it's not Black Widow bad. Even those movies that I just said, people even still love those movies. They love those movies. Again, movies are subjective. Movies are opinionated. Movies connect with the personality of that person watching the film. There is no such thing as if you think about it, put the movie critic brain aside. There's no such thing as a bad movie. There's no such thing as a perfect movie. It is all subjected to your standards and your values, because you can hate a film, and that film that you hate, someone can love that film that you hate. And that film that you love so much, that is so dear to your heart, someone can hate that film that you love so much. It's just that that's just the name of the guard. But as a director, as an executive, as a co-head, you better make sure, I don't care how horrible your movies are, you better make sure those movies make money at the box office, and that the movie pleases a good amount of the demographic, because you're never going to please everyone, but you better make sure you please enough people worldwide and domestic that you make your money back and then some. James, get to work. Peter, get to work, bro. But guys, man, it's been a blast, dude. I see 7 people are still watching. I'm glad you guys came on through, man. It was a pleasure. I will definitely be going live more often. I got some more videos on the way. I love you guys so much. And again, it's been awesome. I got to go to work soon. I got to go to work early in the morning, bro. I love you guys so much, man. It's a pleasure. Look out for that Supergirl spoiler review that I got for you guys. And then also look out, man. I have early tickets to Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'll be doing a review for that, out of the theater review. And I don't want to. I have planned. I'm planning a special little event. I won't even say event, but a special interview section for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I want to do something different. I want to actually come to you guys live at the theater, speaking with moviegoers like myself, coming straight out of the theater, talking with them and asking them what did they think of Spider-Man Brand New Day, because that is an event. Oh, we got 8 people. Guys, you guys got to stop coming in. We got 8 people in here now. Guys, I'm going to go to sleep right now, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will definitely be doing some more lives, and some more content is coming on the way. I love you guys so much, man. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure. It's been awesome. It's been great. You guys have a blessed, awesome night. You guys have a great week, great weekday coming ahead, a great Monday as well. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys again. My name is Cascadean Sturrup. This is my channel, and welcome to the family. Look, we got 9 people in here. Guys, please give me a break. I got to go to sleep, guys. I love you guys so much. You guys take care. Peace.